Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 102. The first setup was submitted by Sam.
It's just really simple and plain.
Usability is great. I mean, I don't understand how he uses the mouse without a mouse pad. I mean, that just screams extended mouse pad in my eyes. But the one thing I really don't understand is like everything feels so small. And I think that's all because of the things on the wall.
I would probably either get another monitor or, like you said, an ultra wide. And I would also definitely get a larger poster or maybe a couple more.
Yeah, like the comic book thing is dope, but you have to have more than 3. It's like, it's definitely a starting point to say the least, but it just, everything looks so small because of that. Sam scored a 77. The next setup was submitted by Phil.
So where is this TV? Is it above the Red Bull?
Honestly, I have no idea, especially with the way the speakers are on the right side. I mean, he must only have one ear, and that's like how he lives life. Like my first desk when I actually first started Pimp My Setup back in 2013 was this desk, and I love this desk. It's like it was a great desk. I mean, it works for him. Normally, like for me, it was too small. It doesn't go that deep at all, which is really frustrating. But it seems to work fine for him. The laptop is one thing that like I don't really like the way that's put out. I would definitely get like the rain stand or something like that to kind of elevate it and make it look a little bit neater. It's cool you have the gun, but like that's the stupidest way to show it off. It's like
you should get like a shelf or a rack or something.
Yeah, mount it right above your monitors if you really want to show it off, like in that open area. Phil scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Jerome. When I say we don't see a lot of setups like this, I'm talking about setups where it's almost like they want to hide. It's usually like the younger kids that are watching porn. They don't want their parents to walk in and be like, oh my god, so they keep their monitors like so you see the backside when you walk in, which I like. It's really hard though for cable management. It really is. I don't know. It's like an executive way.
Yeah, it's like you're in your own little office.
Yeah, exactly. And it is a really nice thing. And he said he's a graphic designer and blah, blah, blah. So I'm sure it works perfectly for him. And the only problem I see with that is that the desk does not go that far back at all. Like, dude, your nose is probably rubbing up against the monitor, honestly. You just need a bigger desk. Drone scored a 75. The next setup was submitted by Nye. And the one thing that really pisses me off about this setup right off the bat is the headphone and mic thing. It's like
so bad,
dude. It looks like you have 80 cables coming out of your microphone. Like, what?
And he plugged it into the front.
And the problem is the mic arm should really be on the side of the desk, but you can't because it's not a big enough lip. So it's almost like this desk is just treating you really wrong. Just I think a new desk would definitely be good for the setup. Above the setup, always I would say do something about that. But really, it's such a simple setup, and I want to say something about the chair, but I'm just gonna hold back. Nice score to 65. The next setup was submitted by Cameron. The cable management's nice.
It's like perfect.
Well, if you look on the right side, it looks like a dead body lumped under the desk. I noticed that. Yeah, it's a huge net that catches all the. I mean, when I say catches everything, I mean everything.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But if I showed you the picture of it, you'd probably be like it is to the point where it's probably one day just gonna explode.
Imagine trying to switch out a cable or something.
I'm telling you, if he had to do that, he would just be better off getting a whole new setup. I mean, those desks, I don't like the way he has it set up personally.
Yeah, why is the other one lower? Yeah,
that, and it's not even all the way back into the wall because he really wanted that light.
I would switch the PC and the Xbox.
But yeah, I mean, again, simple setup. I like that you have the footrest. I recommend, trust me, I know so many people that are like, I don't need a footrest. Footrests are dumb. Dude, when I got my first footrest, my life changed. Cameron scored an 86. The next setup was submitted by Connor. And I hate to be that guy, but this is not a corner desk. It's not. And I don't know why people continuously want to argue with me. This is not a corner desk. Yes, it goes into the corner of your room if you want, but it's an L desk. It works for what he's doing. Don't get me wrong. I really like the way he set the desks up, and it would work great if he didn't have the ghetto triple monitor setup. Because look at the keyboard and the mouse. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I would probably like knock my keyboard off like every day.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can confirm, but it looks like the right desk is just tad higher put yourself on the right side. Get rid of that right monitor. You don't need that. Have the dual monitor setup for now on the right desk will work perfectly. Connor scored a 61. The next setup was submitted by Vaughn. Oh my God, the potential here is just mind-boggling. It's like really so much potential, but just not good. I mean, I gave him a 0 for cable management because you know what? That's not even cable management. That's just like you being like, hey Matt, look at this shit. You mad? You mad? Really though, everything's super nice. I don't get the right side of the desk. Like, I mean, no. I see why you didn't sit there because you'd have to literally have no legs to enjoy it.
You can have one leg. If you could, I would try to get rid of that middle drawer and maybe just put like an IKEA leg or something.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Like, if you got that out of there, then you're perfect. Vaughn scored 72. The next setup was submitted by Lewis. It's just, he's got so much desk space and like so much shelf space. And he's like,
that was another thing. It's kind of empty and he doesn't have anything on the walls.
Yeah. Like, if anything, you should be putting a lot of, like, look at my shelves. I have tons of little things, but then I also have a lot of like bigger things to kind of, you know, fill up that open space. And like one of the things that when I look at it, it's like where the globe is. Why doesn't your PC go there, tilted, so we could see the window? Because it has a window. Why not do that? Because then we could, you know, light it up a little bit more with the red LEDs, and then at least you have like a centerpiece to kind of go off of, and it'll make the actual setup part not, because think about what, you know, it's a lot of open desk space, as I said like a million times, but when you're actually sitting there, when he looks to the right side, he's just seeing the computer.
Yeah.
And you should be seeing that like open space. That's the whole point of having all that desk. Lewis scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Tom. Walls though, fill that up with something. You got Venom over here. Why not do like a superhero or a villain kind of theme? Get like a big canvas piece, or it doesn't have to be like a million things on the wall. Just one big piece to kind of tell a story a little bit more. Over time, you have to put your PC underneath, but if you're keeping the monitor arrangement like that, it's perfect. I don't think it's a big deal, but if it is becoming a problem with your hand as you're moving the mouse around, then it should go underneath. Tom scored a 71. The final setup was submitted by Marcus. Episode 89, we saw Marcus's setup. And Marcus was like, listen, I'm an overachiever, okay? I took what you said and I did it. And I'm back now. And I want a good score. Put some stuff on the wall, like, you know, whether it's figurines or it's posters, or just fill up the space. Now, then he sent me updated photos. Now look at it. He sent me updated photos with putting stuff on the wall and kind of having a little bit more of a coherent theme. The placement of the speakers is no bueno, senor. It's not going to work with those speakers because I feel like it is just slightly cutting off, and it'd be better if you could rotate them upside down, but they obviously won't stand like that. The PC, dude, that is just like, and I'm not trying to be a douche. I don't care about pre-built stuff. You do what you want to do. That shit's ugly though. It's like really in the worst possible spot ever. You're just like, okay, well, I really need this. I mean, obviously it's a good PC because it's pushing 4 monitors. I mean, I'm not saying it's awful, but basically like put that down on the floor. You know, unless you're gonna get, for someone like you with the money you're just dropping like it's nothing, then you need to get yourself one of those sick ass cases that really show off red and black, and it will look amazing. Everyone says I'm being nitpicky. Yeah, obviously it's a great freaking setup. I gotta nitpick. But yeah, get a new case and then show that off. Put that with the Xbox and PS4 and it will look sexual. Marcus got first place with a 94. Thanks for watching us Pimp My Setup High Life for episode number 102.